Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're really getting into the weeds with Jo Mercer, looking at him through the lens of Saint Haven and especially his connection to Gideon Wells.
Right. And our goal here really is to peel back those layers,
Yeah,
understand Joe's role beyond just the surface level stuff.
exactly. Because our sources, particularly this internal breakdown of that Jo-focused episode, they paint a really interesting picture.
Yeah, you immediately see this stark contrast, don't you? Gideon's fighting for, like, truth with a capital T,
Mm-hmm.
and Joe's just fighting to get through the day. It's pure survival.
And understanding that difference, I think, is crucial. It tells you so much, not just about Joe, but about Saint Haven itself, and maybe even Gideon.
Definitely. So your first take on Joe might be, he's the funny guy, the one cracking jokes when things get dark.
Right, the comic relief.
But the analysis we're looking at, the man who laughs at the darkness, it positions him totally differently. He's
Yeah.
Gideon's protector, his armor bearer, they call it.
Yeah, armor bearer. Which feels right, somehow. It's not just about laughs, it's maybe how he copes, how he functions in that environment.
Well, it raises that whole question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
His cynicism, it's right there on the surface.
Mhm.
He doesn't seem to buy into the whole saving St. Haven thing.
No, not at all.
But then he's incredibly loyal to Gideon, like unshakably loyal.
Yeah.
So what's going on there? This tension between his doubt and his dedication.
And you gotta think, in a place like St. Haven where everyone's betraying everyone else, that kind of loyalty, it's almost dangerous, makes you a target, maybe.
Yeah, or at least makes you stand out. So let's talk about that loyalty. The notes mentioned it's earned through scars, not promises. What does that suggest to you?
Well, it sounds like it's forged in fire,
Yeah.
not based on ideals or words, but shared experience. Shared pain, probably.
Exactly. In a world where promises mean nothing, what else is there but shared experience? And maybe his cynicism is practical, keeps him alive, grounded.
While Gideon's faith, his idealism, maybe that's what keeps them
Mhm.
human, keeps hope alive, even if Joe doesn't admit it.
It's this weird symbiosis, isn't it? They kind of need each other's opposite qualities.
So we really need to stop thinking of Joe as just like the sidekick.
Oh, definitely not. He's not in Gideon's shadow.
Yeah.
The source calls him the battered shield standing between Gideon and despair.
Wow. Battered shield. That's powerful. And the embodiment of hope buried under bruises,
Mm.
which is so counterintuitive when you first meet him.
Yeah, you wouldn't pick him out as the hopeful one.
Not straight away, no.
But some of these author quotes we have really drive it home. Like this one. Joe doesn't believe the world will change, but he still stands next to the one man crazy enough to try.
That just says it all, doesn't it? It's not about the cause for him.
It's personal.
Yeah.
Which ties into the next one. He doesn't need to believe in justice. He just needs to believe in his friend.
Right. It boils down to that one connection. Forget the grand ideals. Just believe in the person next to you.
And then there's the quote about his humor. Joe laughs because if he ever stopped, he might never start again.
Oof. Yeah. That gives you a peek behind the curtain, doesn't it? That maybe the laughter is holding something really fragile together.
It's a survival mechanism, plain and simple.
It really makes you think, though, why is it that sometimes the people who've been through the most, the ones who are wounded, make the best allies? Is it that tested resilience?
That's a great question. And can that deep cynicism truly coexist with fierce loyalty? I mean, wouldn't one eventually destroy the other? Yet in Joe, somehow.
Somehow it works. It leads to that other question for you, the listener, really. Who would you rather have in your corner? Someone who believes completely in the mission?
Or someone who maybe doubts the mission but believes completely, utterly in you.
It's a tough one.
So wrapping this up a bit, St. Haven, it clearly breaks people. We see that all the time.
Yeah, it's a meat grinder.
But the analysis concludes St. Haven broke a lot of people, but it didn't break Joe Mercer. He endured. He found his own way to be strong.
It's a quieter strength, maybe? Less flashy than Gideon's, but just as vital.
Definitely. And looking ahead, our next deep dive is going to tackle Salman Cross. His arrival is set to shake things up massively for Gideon.
Right, which will probably throw Joe's role into even sharper relief. How does that steadfastness hold up when things get even more complicated?
Exactly. It promises to be quite revealing.
So maybe the final thought to leave you with is about those quiet strengths. Who in your own life plays that Jo Mercer role, maybe without you even fully realizing it?
Yeah, the protectors you don't always see, the ones whose loyalty isn't loud, but it's just there,
Yeah.
something to think about.